Ugh, you ignorant shoppers.
Ow.
Always coming in here with your stupid questions.
Golden House Maiden, Valley Weaver, and Fate's Yearning. One of each to start with, if you don't mind.
My goodness, this gentleman is quite the connoisseur. You two must be his servants. Please refrain from any further attempts to contribute.
This is what I get for calling Kion emergency food.
Now then, please peruse at your leisure. Do let me know if you have any further thoughts.
Silk flowers exhibit different properties based on how their environmental conditions differ from their ancestral habitat. Nevertheless, these are fine specimens, excellently preserved. Just look at the abundant foliage here, and these stamens, glamorous as a maiden of the Golden House. This strain is an evergreen, and mostly grows under complex hydrological conditions.
If you say so.
By contrast, this variety thrives in any dark, damp location, often in large clusters. Morphologically, it is distinguished by the profusion of petals and densely packed stamens, though its powerful scent gives it away just as easily. Lastly, this strain is quite the recluse. Unlike its exuberant cousins, flowers and foliage are minimal, and when in season, it has a subtle yet enduring scent. It was first discovered by the ancients when they scaled the mountains in search of the Adepti. Silk flowers have all but disappeared
there's a pretty
from the
one,
wild today
strong
due to
scented one, and a
geographical
subtle one.
changes over Liyue's history. Most are not grown by horticulturalists.
Wow, a true connoisseur. Most of that was news even to me.
I possess but a smattering of trivial knowledge. My traveler friend is the one to watch. They are on track to set foot in every corner of the world.
I'm still an ignoramus on horticulture, yeah.
Oh, Mr. Zhongli, you're way too humble. So, which silk flower did you want anyway?
I'll take them all, boss.
Stop! Stop!
Again?
How can I put this? When purchasing opera tickets, it is natural to decide based on which singer has the most melodious voice. The same logic applies when purchasing a pet bird.
But these are flowers.
But this silk flower purchase is not an analogous case. The same logic does not apply. Perhaps you don't know. Tradition states that we should decoct perfume from different subspecies of silk flower when making an offering to a statue of the Seven. Rex Lapis will then make his own choice between the scents.
Okay.
Like several other tedious and complicated traditions, this one has become simplified over time. But this is the only rite of parting to take place for one of the Seven in 3,700 years. As such, I do think we should honor tradition down to the last detail in this case.
I guess.
Now that's settled, a question. Do you have any Mora on you?
Christ.
You forgot to bring money again? Zhongli.
Yeah, I see a pattern emerging here.
If I may interject, did I hear you say that these flowers are to be an offering to the Lord of Geo himself?
Yep.
Yes, in a sense.
Gosh, well, why didn't you say so? I heard the awful news about what happened at this year's Rite of Dissension. It would be bad luck to say it out loud, but I've been worried about our dear Lord ever since. I'm worried that everything I've heard is true.
I mean, he's meant to be dead,
Since these
so...
flowers will be used to glorify our Lord, they're free of charge. Just don't forget to pass on my regards.
Excellent.
Are you serious?
Why wouldn't I be? I would be nobody if not for Rex Lapis. If he hadn't written those poems in praise of my wares, they'd only be worth a fraction of what I can sell them for today.
Okay.
Huh. So much folklore here revolves around Liyue's deity making cameo appearances in support of local businesses.
Thank you, boss. I think I speak for all of us when I say that your generosity has saved our skins.
And our purse
strings?
strings.
You were the one who forgot to bring money.
Please, it's the least I could do.
Cool.
So, now that we've got the flowers, how do we make the perfume?
Ideally with the help of an expert. Unfortunately, none of my acquaintances have personal experience in the art of decoction.
Didn't we see like a perfume person earlier?
Talk about first world problems.
Hence, I need you to help by asking around in the city. Try the common folk, especially women.
So this time we get to go around town looking for nice-smelling ladies to talk to? Paimon likes this job.
Why do you have to put it so creepily?
I will wait for you near the Statue of the Seven. Meet me there when the perfume is ready.
Okay.
Maybe we can find some good candidates at the Adventurers Guild.
Yeah, that's what I was planning on doing because we already know someone there.
Master of the Liyue branch, right?
Meep, meep. Do. Yeah, Scent of Spring. I got the feeling we're going to be talking to her. Could be wrong though.
Ulan, we need to ask you for a favor.
I stopped accepting commissions a long time ago. Sorry, you two, but you'll just have to ask another adventurer.
Oh, it's not that kind of favor. It's just a teeny tiny thing.
You smell great.
Wow. Just wow. I'm just going to assume that you're either joking or being sarcastic.
Sure, let's go with either.
To be fair, I put a lot of effort into my appearance for someone who spends all their time in the great outdoors. But I smell great? Don't be ridiculous.
Well, Paimon thinks you smell amazing. So come on, Lon. What's your secret if not perfume?
Now that you mention it, yes, there is something. What is that scent? Oh, it must be from the Genshin flowers I picked on the way back. I forgot I still had them with me.
Aha! The truth is out. Lon's got a soft spot for wildflowers.
No, they were for medicinal use only.
Cool.
Anyway, this is a pointless conversation. If you want to know about perfume, try talking to Chi-Mei.
Okay.
The fortune teller, right? Paimon remembers she smells pretty good. Thanks, Lon. See you around.
You just going around sniffing people, Paimon? You weirdo. Hello there.
Hello. How may I help?
We've come to ask you a question.
You smell great.
Sorry, you caught me off guard. Most people aren't so direct.
I mean, apparently that's what I'm saying to everybody today, so...
I think we need more time to get to know each other.
We just wanted to know what perfume you normally use.
Yeah, that's really it.
Oh, well, I don't actually use any. That said, some of the cosmetics I use are scented.
Okay.
Perhaps that's the cause of this confusion. Since I usually set up my stall by the docks, I avoid perfume like the plague, because Celestia forbid those lusty sailors catch a whiff and come hunting for the source.
That's the worst thing Paimon's heard all day.
While we're on the subject, have you never heard anyone mention Yingar's homemade perfume?
Yingar? Oh, as in scent of spring Yingar?
Yes, that's her. Many a rich family's daughter has gotten her to make perfume for them. Apparently, her homemade product is better than anything you'll find on the market.
Great! This is just the intel we need. Finally, we're getting somewhere.
What's that kid doing in the background? Alright, get out of here. Get out of here. Goofy looking kid. Hello there.
Well, hello. You found me at last. I've been waiting for you.
What? How did you know we were coming?
Oh, I heard a rumor about a couple who were snooping around town looking for a sweet-smelling lady.
Cool.
Actually, I was starting to worry you wouldn't find me. This is the ultimate test of my appeal, after all.
Snooping around? Why are you making it out like we're bad people?
I mean, you were going around sniffing people, Paimon. I'm just saying.
What can I say? People love to talk. Maybe you ought to be more discreet in the future if you don't want word to get around. Relax. I know why you're here. You want to get your hand on my homemade perfume, don't you? What kind would you like?
A bespoke triple sulfur variety.
3 in one go. My goodness. You have extreme tastes for someone your age. Maybe the rumors I heard were true after all. You're on the prowl and need some sweet-smelling ammunition? Is that it?
Rex Lapis.
Is that the best you could come up with?
Ah,
Even
my
if you
ankle.
were genuinely offering perfume to a deity, that doesn't explain why you'd need 3 kinds. Sorry, your story just doesn't hold water.
Zhongli was right. People don't remember this tradition anymore.
As one of my favorite poems goes, O cherry tree, begrudge not thy blossoms as they are deflowered in the spring, for come winter, even thy sturdiest wood shall wither.
That went over Paimon's head a little.
Yeah.
In short, I'm happy to help. Traveler, you can be my assistant, but you'd better make sure I'm the only person on your mind while you're hanging around with me.
Okay.
So, where is a good place for making sweet, sweet perfume?
How about the kitchen at the... Yeah.
You mean Wan Min restaurant? Good choice. Let's go.
That way we don't have to, like, travel 20 miles.
Try something new at the Wan Min restaurant.
I've had a word with Chef Mao. We can start work now.
Okay.
Are you ready to please me?
Why you gotta phrase it like that?
What did you say?
I meant make me proud, as my assistant.
Sure.
While I'm setting up, you can go and fetch some water.
Hey.
Try something new at the Wan Min restaurant.
Boop, boop.
Should I say?
I have your water. Here you go.
This water will do nicely. Now, I need you to extract the silk. Perfume making uses an altogether different technique from alchemy. Here, let me teach you. Very carefully, take hold of the mortar and pestle. Gently does it. You need to keep your wrist firm so your hand doesn't slip. Now use your strong hand to stir it with a persistent rhythm. Keep going until the juices start to come out.
What the hell is this? Okay.
Ooh, you're a natural, like a fish to water. Now take these and try it out on your own using a nearby crafting bench. Don't forget to do all 3. They look visually identical during the essence extraction process, but I will put them into separate containers when the perfume is ready.
Alrighty then, you weird perverted old lady. Earth, wind, fire, water. Yep. That. Do 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 do. Alright, got everything you need.
Wow, this is some exquisite silk flower essence. On to the next stage, the most important one of all.
The essence is placed into water and simmered over a low heat until most of the water has boiled off. You must take care to control the heat during this process. If the temperature goes too high, it will affect the scent.
Okay.
So please focus on controlling the heat. This is the final step. Don't waste a drop of that essence now. We want all of it in there.
You made the perfume.
All 3 perfumes are ready. And you, my friend, were a wonderful assistant.
Thanks.
A testament to the lengths you will go to for romance. It's so rare to see nowadays.
I was thinking you the whole time.
Wow, you actually remembered my throwaway comment. You know, you're cuter than people give you credit for. If I didn't have my guard up, I can see how easily one could be taken in. Anyway, shall I give you a brief overview of each scent? It might just help you match the right scent to the right occasion.
Paimon wants to hear this.
Guess we have no choice.
This first one is sweet as candy, straight out of a fairy tale. Younger women will love it. The second one is for those with more refined tastes, the first choice for daughters of high society.
Okay.
Finally, the third one has a soft but lingering scent, like a mist that captures the last light of dusk. Mature women adore this one. All clear? Don't get them mixed up now. You'll ruin the mood.
So, first one's sweet for younger people. Second one is a stronger scent for middle ground, and the other one is
Good.
a
Be sure
subtle,
to come
lingering
visit if
scent
you
for elderly.
ever need help with anything, okay? I'll leave you with some parting words. One who tries to sail 3 boats simultaneously should be careful not to go overboard. Come and hang out with me at Scent of Spring sometime, okay?
Sure.
Let's take these 3 perfumes over to the Statue of the 7.
Go. Little freaking grease stain right at the bottom of my glass. Ah, there you are.
We've brought the perfumes, Mr. Zhongli. Did we take too long? You were just staring up at the statue.
Oh, you're back. Don't worry, I haven't waited long.
Okay.
Compared to the watch that Rex Lapis's statues have kept over Liyue, this was but a brief moment.
Well, how can a
There we
person
go, that's
compete
better.
with a statue?
That is true. Well, have you brought the perfumes?
Yeah.
3 sets and not 1 less.
Thank you both. Let us offer them up.
Offer the golden, yeah, that's the first
This
one, right?
is the first kind of perfume. Miss Yinger said that it's sweet as a dream, and it's liked by younger ladies. This is the second kind. It's got an elegant smell, and the daughters of high society love it. The third kind has a gentle but
More mature
lingering
ladies.
fragrance. Something like the dusk mist, and it's a favorite of mature ladies.
Cool.
Oh, what was that?
Looks like Raps Laxus really likes that one.
That's the one older ladies like, right? Does that mean that Rex Lapis is actually an older lady?
No.
Perhaps. Perhaps. Rex Lapis has taken on countless forms.
Okay, well, it
Perhaps
might
that
be.
really was one of them.
What a shame. We only got to see the giant dragon form, and... Let's hope the Chising can catch the real killer.
Yeah, it would be a good idea.
We can leave that to the authorities. Let us focus on the fond farewell for Rex Lapis.
Well, we do need to see the Exuvia.
So, we finished another step in our preparations. What's next?
Next, I would like the 2 of you to help me borrow the cleansing bell.
Do you mean borrow or do you mean borrow?
Cleansing bell?
At present, a friend of mine named Madame Ping is the guardian of the cleansing bell. She lives near Yujing Terrace. If you ask her, she will know what to do.
Okay.
Sure, but aren't you going to come with us?
Ah, I have certain reasons why I cannot be there in person. Please, do this for me.
Okay.
Man, why's he gotta be so secretive this time?
That smells divine. Wow. 5 freaking things from that. Big spender right there. Okay, up there. Can I help you? Huh? What? What do you want? Goofy? Yeah, I said it. Yeah, what are you gonna do about it? Nothing. You're gonna do nothing. Yeah, you goofy. Ooh, don't go off the edge now, Weaver. Me. Oh, hello there, old lady.
All things must change.
You alright?
It's nothing. It's nothing. I just thought it a great shame that so many of these glazed lilies have wilted.
What happened to them?
Back in my day, people said that glazed lilies can read human hearts.
Okay.
If they heard beautiful sounds like laughter and singing, they would also bloom joyfully. But if they heard too much wild gossip or slander, they would quickly wither away.
Huh.
So that means these flowers feel what's happening in Liyue?
There you go.
Yes, the rumors of Rex Lapis's death are no small matter. They are everywhere.
Thanks your chin. What have you got
Some
there?
say it was a Fatui plot. Others say that the Chising made it all up. And still others think that which lies in the deep is breaking free.
That which lies in the deep?
This harbor is like a mountain of dry tinder. One spark, and the fire will consume us all.
Okay.
Well, I shall say no more. This old woman's grown too old and naggy. Did you have something to say, youngster?
We'd like to borrow the cleansing bell.
Ah, that old trinket. I remember it being here with me, but I've grown old. I can't quite recall where it is exactly.
Oh, Lord.
An old friend of mine used to wear it on his person. Back when I was young, he saw me gazing at it often and gave it to me. But he told me then that if someone should come to borrow that bell, I should not be loath to part with it.
Okay.
It has been many years, and who knows how many times someone has come to borrow this bell. Still, though, I can't recall when it started. It's been a long time since anyone has come to borrow it.
Well, I do need it, so... no.
These old bones are so slow to look for things. I doubt you can wait that long.
I'm a certified property finder.
What a weird thing to be proud of.
All right, children, there is no need to worry. I didn't place the bell very far away.
Where is it then?
Do you live near here, Granny? Whoa, but this is Yujing Terrace. It's gotta be expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, an old lady like me can't afford to buy a place in this city. See this ceramic teapot? My entire household is in here.
Okay.
How does that work?
In you go, Paimon.
What? There's no way Paimon would fit in there. And why do you need Paimon to go in anyway? Can't you just lift the lid and look inside?
Oh, youngsters. I simply mean that the bell is somewhere inside this teapot, and you are quite welcome to borrow it. If you can find it.
Inside the teapot? What?
This granny is so weird. What does she mean her whole household is in here? Is she playing with us?
Is this like a TARDIS teapot? Oh. Maybe it is like a TARDIS teapot. Yeah. Oh my, okay. This was definitely not what I was expecting.
Huh? Where are we? What just happened?
Youngsters, this is where this old woman keeps all her things. Quickly now, go fetch that bell.
Oh, that sounds like Granny's voice. So, this is her teapot? What's going on?
Oh dear, so many cobwebs.
Yeah.
It seems I really haven't cleaned it in a long while.
I mean, it happens to the best of us, old timer. I think.
Please help an old lady clean up.
Cool. Any chests here? No? Loot. Onwards.
Did you notice? The cobwebs were made of elemental energy.
Bye.
How long has it been since Granny last swept this place?
We're going over there.
You know, with such a special teapot and the cleansing bell, do you think this old granny could also be an adeptus?
Possible. But that gives me some questions about the guy who sent us here.
More and more convinced that
I'm beginning to have some minor suspicions about that.
But don't they all live in brilliant karst? Why would she stay in the city?
Back at you.
Cool. Oh my god, get me out of the ice!
Eyes on me.
Burn, baby, burn. Done? Okay. Oh, hang on.
How many levels does this teapot have? It would be nice if we had one of these too. Or at least we wouldn't have to camp outside.
Fuck you, Spoder. You do. Alright, we at the end? Oh damn, she does have a lot of stuff. And that must be the bell.
Oh, you found it. Youngsters are so quick on their feet. Oh, now, let me see. How did this opening work again? Oh dear. All right, that'll
Anything
do.
here?
Come on out now, children.
Guess not. Double checking to see if there's any, like, loot hidden around. Yep, doesn't look like it. She has a domain in her teapot. Interesting. Put the lime in the coconut. Drink them both up. You put the lime in the coconut. Both up. I don't know why that came up in my mind, but it did.
Oh, in and out in no time. You youngsters really are quick.
You an adeptus, ma'am?
An adeptus? Oh, I haven't heard anyone say those words in earnest for a long time. As to whether I am one or not, child, surely you already understand.
Paimon kinda knows what you mean, but is also kinda confused.
Right?
Are you really giving us the bell just like that, Granny? Don't you think it's weird? Something's just happened to Rex Lapis and then we come running up asking for it?
Oh, don't be silly. Liyue Harbor has been through a great deal in its history. In that time, it has seen the departure of countless adepti.
Okay.
But no matter what, we have always performed the rite of parting first before any other matters. To cry, "Catch the murderer," at the top of one's lungs, but ignore the rite of parting. That, to me, is what is wrong-headed.
Interesting.
Now that you have come to borrow the bell, I guess that perhaps an old friend of mine has finally decided to take matters into their own hands. So, why would I be unwilling to lend you the bell?
Can I keep it?
Hey! It belongs to Granny! We're supposed to return what we borrow!
Oh, let you keep it. You really are a frank child. If you want it, you can keep it.
I mean, I don't know what it does, but sure.
But this bell gets homesick sometimes. Who knows? It might find its way back into these old hands. Well, you must have things to do. Since you have the bell, you should return. Oh, and do tell the person who sent you that if they have time, they can come over for tea. I don't have much to offer, but you can always count on an old lady for a pot of tea.
I wouldn't mind some tea. That'd be nice.
Well, thanks, Granny!
All I've got at the moment is water. Bigger on the inside, exactly. Yeah, I'm beginning to have some suspicions about this guy here.
Indeed, this is the cleansing bell. It's in good condition. Let's place the perfume we've prepared inside.
Do you know Madam Ping?
Of course. How would I know that the bell was with her otherwise?
That's suspicious. But if you don't want to talk about it, we won't pry. Oh, yes, that old granny asked us to tell you something. If you have the time, you can come over for tea. I don't have much to offer, but you can always count on an old lady for a pot of tea.
Hey, wait to recite it for word.
That tone does not suit you. Still, her teapot is indeed very good. There are none better for brewing tea.
Ooh, I'm intrigued. I want that teapot now.
When a suitable time arrives, I'll bring a spot of fine tea and pay her a visit.
So what's the next step in our preparation?
Please tell me we're done.
Next, we need to purchase kites.
Ooh, Paimon loves kites! Are you taking us kite flying? Is this our break time?
Oh, shut up, Paimon.
No. Kites are children's toys, yes. But they also play various symbolic roles in Liyue's rituals.
Okay.
I will explain it to you. But our next course of action should probably be to purchase the kites first.
Oh, sure. Curiouser and curiouser.
Is he bringing money this time? Oh, bit of a drop there. Mm-mm. I'm kind of hoping that's the last thing we need to do for this set of quests. Honestly, this bit of the story, though some parts have been interesting,
Ah, so
yeah, it's
you're
been
here.
tedious,
The 7
to say the
kites
least.
you asked for have been made to order.
Oh, we already made them.
Would you like to take them now?
Yes, thank you.
It's rare to see customers who want to buy this type of kite nowadays. In the early days, we used to get orders from people of all walks of life.
Well, this is Mr. Zhang Li from the Wangxiang Funeral Parlor, so he's probably well versed in all these walks of life. We've talked about a whole bunch of things while traveling with him.
Fashion, economics, jewelry, and jade pottery.
He seems to know Liyue's favorite topics, money and government, really well, but he likes talking about less useful topics instead.
Well, that's because I prefer to share fun things with you.
Fair enough.
Children's toys
Find that
are
fun?
very fun things, that's for sure. I enjoy watching the children at play as much as anyone else. But there is more to it than that. Finely crafted toys are well loved by children, but this craft itself has been honed over thousands of years, and there is meaning behind that. I have made kites in Liyue for 40 years, and I am intimately familiar with the forms passed down from my ancestors.
A long time in making kites.
The meaning of these 7 kites is far from banal.
Indeed. These are decorations used in the
Oh,
rite of
excuse
parting.
me.
The 7 kites represent the 7.
I took the liberty of coloring out